And what is the deal with Americans just not buying this recovery? President Obama says we're better off today than we were 6 years ago when he assumed office. And that got a lot of you fuming. Jan on Facebook writes, a lot of people working part-time, real unemployment over 10%, millions of people losing their health insurance. Yep, President Obama has a lot to brag about. I think you're being facetious. Anyway, Stephen writes, middle class is getting crushed. $100 in groceries gets you hardly anything. $3 a gallon of gas to get you to and from work on top of higher taxes. Things are very hard on the middle class. Sue writes, better off for him maybe, not for me and not my family. Sally, if he says that enough, he thinks we might believe him. Ed, our country's national security and integrity in foreign affairs has never been in worse shape. Brian writes, if you're getting a check with a U.S. Treasury logo stamped on top of it, you're doing much better. The rest of us are paying the tab and are certainly not better for it. Judy, are you kidding? More people on welfare, more on food stamps, jobs now part-time because of Obamacare. 1/3 of 20-year-olds are living at home because they have to due to the economy. Clark, these comments just show how disconnected President Obama really is. Jeanette, national debt is almost $18 trillion. Maybe he was telling a joke? I don't think he was. Nancy writes, better off, then why is trust in the government at an all-time low today? That's an excellent point, because it is. Ann writes, tell it to the businesses that have had to close, the small banks that were shut down, the doctors closing private practice. Angel writes, things aren't better. I just gave up looking for a job after 5 years. Terry, where are we better off? National debt has more than doubled. Poverty has tripled. Unbelievable. And finally, Greg tweets, if the economy is so good, why does President Obama have to try so hard to convince us? It's a good point. I always said that when you look at statistics, you have to look at the numbers, the raw data, which verifies what the president's saying. It is statistically better than we were. But then you have to look at the emotional component of that. A lot of folks aren't buying it. And so many Americans are just going paycheck to paycheck, and they don't feel that real growth. And such of the job improvement is that it's in low-paying fields or in part-time work. Then what are we really looking at? For the president to miss that, for Washington to dismiss that, says everything you need to know about authorities who are out to lunch. Thanks for writing. We'll see you next time.